Hello everyone, welcome to Living Waters with Jeremiah Obembe. In this episode, we are going to round up our teaching on how to build a strong prayer life. So we'll be looking at some tips on how to do that, and I believe that if you have been listening to this, if you have been implementing the things I shared earlier, you should be enjoying your prayer time. You should be getting stronger in the place of prayer right now. So let's go on to the next tip. Tip number 7: keep a prayer journal. I encourage you to keep a prayer journal. When it comes to keeping a prayer journal, you write out prayer requests, you write out answers. It helps you keep in touch with the workings of God in your life. So write down your requests, scriptures, and testimonies. And it helps you track God's faithfulness over time. Seeing answered prayers builds faith for greater requests. So don't just pray, document the journey. So when you look at your journal, maybe years from now, 5 years from now, you are going to see how that some of the problems that you encountered and you thought that life is over, like it's just over, there is nothing you can do again. Maybe some of those problems you even thought of killing yourself. In your prayer journal, you will see how God delivered you. And you are going to see how the faithfulness of God, it will strengthen your faith even more for where you are at that moment. So it is important that you do that. Many of you forget the things that God does for you. You forget so easily that when the next problem comes along, you begin to panic again. You enter into anxiety and you begin to worry and doubt and all that, because we forget. But when you document all of these things, you are going to find out that you will have a richer prayer life. As you read through your journal, you'll be more encouraged to pray, because you can see that God answers prayer, that God actually is interested in your life and He will take care of you. So the next tip that we are going to be looking at is engage in corporate prayer. There is multiplied power when believers pray together. You know, Jesus Christ said, if two of you shall agree on earth as touching it, it will be done. And where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am in their midst. And what that means is that when you come together with people to pray, it affects you, it impacts you. You know, when people gather to pray, they bring their secret place along with them. They come along with their secret place, and so that helps people with strong prayer life, people who have made great strides in prayer, and they are strong. They end up imparting those who are weak. So when we come together, let's say we have a prayer stretch now and we are praying for 7 hours. If somebody walks into a 7-hour prayer stretch and the person is struggling with even just 5 minutes of prayer, by the time we are done with that prayer stretch, that person who can only pray for 5 minutes would have enlarged his capacity for more. He will be able to go back to his own secret place, and he'll be able to even go longer than he normally would. So that is it. And the next tip that we are going to look at is remove prayer killers. Avoid sin. One of the prayer killers is sin. When you live in sin, it is going to kill your appetite for prayer. You will not be able to pray. The praying man will not sin, and the sinning man will not pray. When you give yourself to prayer, all the sins, addictions around your life, they will fade out. And if you don't pray, sin will creep in. You will not be able to withstand sin. So remove bitterness and unforgiveness, because they hinder answers. Prayerlessness itself hardens the heart. The more prayerless you get, the more hardened you are in your heart. The more prayerless you get, the more hardened you are in your heart. So if you stop praying today, and you don't pray tomorrow, you don't pray next tomorrow, and for 1 week you don't pray, your heart is more hardened. It will be more difficult for you to go to the place of prayer and actually pray. It will become more difficult for you. So the secret to having your heart more tender towards prayer consistently is to consistently pray. So keep your heart clean to keep heaven's channel open. Be persistent and expectant. That's the next tip we are going to be looking at. Be persistent, and this is the last one, this is the final one. Be persistent and expectant. Elijah prayed earnestly and persistently until answers came. James 5 verse 17 to 18, the Bible says, Elijah was a man subject to like passions as we are, and he prayed earnestly that it might not rain, and it rained not on the earth by the space of 3 years and 6 months. And he prayed again, and the heaven gave rain, and the earth brought forth her fruits. Elijah did not just come out to declare that rain will not fall. He prayed first in the secret before he came to decree. And before the rain came, the Bible says Elijah prayed. He prayed 7 times. He prayed. He was persistent in the place of prayer until he got his answers. So don't give up just because you don't see results immediately. Expect God to answer. Faith is the fuel of prayer. Delay is not denial. Keep pressing until you see a change. So a strong prayer life, in conclusion, a strong prayer life is built intentionally and not accidentally. Make prayer your habit, not your emergency plan. As you strengthen your prayer altar, you will see restoration, deliverance, and breakthrough. Remember, prayer changes things, but first it changes you. And so that will be the end of our series on building a strong prayer life. If you've missed the previous episodes, I suggest you go back, write out all of these tips, and begin to implement them one by one in your life. You will find out that after a while, your prayer life will become stronger. You will be able to pray longer. You will be able to maintain consistency in the place of prayer. All right, so thank you, and join me again in the next episode for a new topic that we're going to be looking at. So if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this video, share with your friends, and turn on your notification so that when a new video drops, you are going to be notified. Thank you. See you in the next episode.